Hey guys, Spy1127 here, bringing you Naruto chapter 601, Obito and Madara. Considering what happened in the last 2 weeks with the previous 2 chapters, this chapter was actually pretty good. So, for now, Kishimoto, I forgive you, but unless I get some answers of what the hell happened to Obito, you're still on thin ice. So the chapter begins with the reunion of Madara and Obito. Everybody is surprised that Madara is still alive, still here in the world, even though he's supposed to be gone from Edo Tensei. Naruto, he's like, why the hell is Madara here? And then, apparently, according to Madara, the Naruto here in this world is the Kagebunshin, the Shadow Clone. I'm guessing the real Naruto is still in the dimension in Kamui. What the hell has he been doing? But I guess, Obito still knows about it, but I highly doubt that Madara knows. And Madara has no idea how to get to Kamui unless, Obito uses, his Mangekyo Sharingan to send him there. Anyway, Killer Bee and Haichibi, they're still trapped in the chains. And then Naruto and Killer Bee, they realize another thing. If Madara is here, what the hell happened to the Kages? And Naruto, of course, is so pissed, he summons Kurama's Nine Tails. And Madara, he replies, I wonder, I guess they're not doing so well. And in the next page, we get to see all 5 Kages taken down. What the hell? Madara took down all 5 Kages and we didn't get to see that? I'm a bit disappointed in that, but on the other hand, good job, Madara, you probably might killed someone. But this actually kind of surprised me because everyone's like down for the count. Gaara, Tsunade, Onoki, and A. I'm actually hoping that Gaara and A are okay because they're my 2 favorite Kages and I don't want them to die. Especially Gaara because he already died once. So yeah, from the looks of it, the Kages, they seem to be, they've gotten some like injuries because you can see like blood splattering on the ground where they're laying. A, he's got like a pool of blood coming out of his mouth, and I'm guessing he's still bleeding. And Tsunade, wow, I gotta admit, when I read this, I was like, wow, she's in worse shape than all the rest of the Kages. But I'll get to that later. Anyway, Tsunade manages to, wake up. She's still conscious, and she uses the blood that was coming out of her mouth from her injuries to use the Kuchiyose no Jutsu, the summoning jutsu, to summon Katsuya. And she has a request for her, but we get to the next page, and she's cut in half. How is she still alive? Struggling to be alive when she's cut in half. You don't actually see it, but I can't exactly tell what happened to Tsunade, but we see her body. She seems to be trapped by this huge tree trunk or tree branch, and you get to see this other half, her legs, on the other side of that tree trunk. So did Madara use a tree branch or tree trunk to cut Tsunade in half? Still, holy shit. She's in worse shape than the rest of the Kages, and she's still, struggling to keep alive. Anyway, Katsuya wanted to heal Tsunade, but Tsunade's like, no, my body can wait. Before that, she orders Katsuya to bring all the Kages to her. So it looks like Tsunade is gonna heal A, Gaara, Onoki, and Mei. But from the looks of this, it's high chances that Tsunade is gonna die. If she's going to use the remainder of her chakra to heal the other 4 Kages. Well, so much for that promise to Dan. Yeah, she might die. If she does die, then I gotta give kudos to Madara for actually giving us a major death in this whole war. Although a lot of fans might probably be sad that Tsunade might die, but then again, this is a manga after all. But this isn't Bleach. This isn't like when Hiyori got cut in half and she survived. This is Naruto, so I don't know like how the hell they're gonna heal Tsunade or how the hell they're gonna put her body back together. She's cut in half, but then again, this is Naruto after all. I mean, you never know. Although I kind of wanted Tsunade to die. No offense to the Tsunade fans, though. So yeah, right after that, we cut back to Naruto and the others. Naruto was able to free Killer Bee from those chakra chains, and he uses Kurama's tails to grab the stakes, and throw them at Obito and Madara. Obito, meanwhile, he gave Madara his old Uchiha fan back since it was his to begin with, and once Madara has a sword, I think he's covered with Susanoo, or well, it looks like flames, but I'm assuming it's like Susanoo. So, and he uses a portion of Susanoo to protect himself and Obito. And I just realized something. After the whole Toby is Obito commotion, I totally forgot about the Jubi. And apparently the Jubi is... And apparently Ghetto Mazo is still turning into the Jubi yet. I mean, when the hell are we gonna get to see the Jubi already? So anyway, Madara notices the Ghetto Mazo still in that pillar of fire, whatever the hell that thing is. I forgot what it was. It was a Uchiha technique. And then he says to Obito, "Did you start the plan already? Without even absorbing the Kyuubi and the Haichibi first?" So yeah, it's been confirmed that Madara knows about Obito's Moon Eyes plan. And we also noticed that Obito's wounds, they're starting to heal from the Rasengan attack he got in Kamui. I'm gonna go on the limb and say, is that Zetsu DNA or First Hokage DNA? Why not? Apparently Hashirama sells the new Sharingan eyes that everybody can obtain now. And then Madara asks what happens to Nagato. And according to Madara, Nagato was supposed to revive Madara. That was how the plan was supposed to go. But, you know, instead, as everybody remembered from the Pain Invasion arc, Nagato used the Rinne Tensei Jutsu to revive everybody he killed in Konoha. And Naruto's actually pretty pissed off that they were actually using or taking advantage of Nagato. So, when Toby, back then, when he said that Nagato was supposed to use the Rinne Tensei for himself, I guess he meant that Nagato was supposed to use Rinne Tensei to revive Madara. When that chapter happened, I thought that Toby wanted him to revive all the Uchiha clan, but I guess it's just Madara. So, it's been confirmed that Madara knows about the Moon Eyes plan and the whole Ghetto Mazo thing, and originally Nagato was supposed to revive Madara with Rinne Tensei. That was the original plan. Meanwhile, the Naruto clone decides to attack Madara head-on with the Bijudama, but Madara blocks it with his Uchiha fan, and I think he managed to dispel the Bijudama because it didn't explode or anything. So what, is the fan Bijudama proof? I don't know. Anyway, Madara uses a new technique called Uchiha Gaishi, which means Uchiha style counter or fan encounter, I don't know. But he uses it to blow away, I don't know, like send a gust of wind, I'm assuming, I'm not really sure, to blow away Naruto to dispel the clone. And then, you know, right when Madara decides to take on both Naruto and Killer Bee, which I have to ask, isn't the original Naruto still in Kamui, the dimension? So he'd probably be basically taking on both, or either that, or maybe he's the original still there, and and he only sent like 2 shadow clones to send to Kamui, and the one that was like that attacked Madara. I don't know. Anyway, as I said before, Madara is going to take on both Naruto and Killer Bee, while Obito is going to take on Kakashi and Kai. And Kakashi asked the question that everybody has been wondering ever since 599. Obito, what happened to you? Why are you with this kind of guy? And then we get this like small flashback on the final page, and we get to see near the end of the chapter, we get to see Obito, who's currently been he's found when he was buried by those rocks. He was found by none other than Madara Uchiha, and that's where the chapter ends. So in the flashback, Obito, apparently he's been bad at job, and he's been like really bad shape. I think so bad. I think he doesn't even have an arm. The arm that the part of his body was buried. The part of the body that he was buried by rocks was apparently crushed, and it was pretty bad shape, and you couldn't even see his arm. And anyway, apparently he realized that he was alive, and when he woke up, he found Madara, and Madara here was different. He looks older. He's supposed to be like 100 years old. He looks older with the gray hair and everything. And he says the crevasse between your world and the next member of the Uchiha clan. So yeah, this chapter, I gotta admit, it was way better than the previous two chapters. Madara actually managed to beat down both 5 kages and probably may have killed Tsunade. Wow. I just wish that we would have been able to see that, but I guess not, because of, Naruto and the others. But you know what? If Madara did kill somebody, it's Tsunade, then I gotta give kudos to Kishimoto. He finally killed off someone ever since this war started. And I'm not talking about that random Aburame. And I gotta admit, what bugs me is that in the end of the chapter, we see Madara as this old man, as he is like 100 years ago. Old. We know that Madara did survive his battle against Hashirama Senju at the Valley of the End. But if he is this old, then how come when he was revived by Edo Tensei, he looks like he is when he was. He looks like a young guy, like when he fought against Hashirama. Here, he looks really old. And I'm assuming that Madara was actually the one who came up with the Moon's Eye plan, and he was using Obito as a tool or his own protege to help this plan occur. Although I have no idea why the hell Obito agreed to this. But next week's chapter, I'm really hoping that for once that we get a flashback of Obito, what happened after he was buried by those rocks. This is actually the first time I'm looking forward to a flashback than I am to a fight. So hopefully next week's chapter 602 will hopefully answer some questions that so many of us really want to know. We know that how Obito survived and how he met Madara. We know that because apparently Madara found Obito somehow. We don't know actually how Madara found Obito or how Madara knew that the one he found was actually an Uchiha. But all I know is that he found Obito, he took care of him, even though he was been like severely injured by getting, his half of his body crushed by rocks and his Sharingan taken away. I guess the Sharingan that was crushed by rocks is still intact, although. You know what? Here, I think I'm going to probably go on a limb and say that Madara was probably the one that made Obito into who he is now. Maybe he was the one that maybe Madara was the one who created Zetsu and gave him the Hashirama Senju DNA or the Zetsu DNA to revitalize his body. That would make sense. Although I still don't know why right now he looks like an older guy when he fought against Minato. It still doesn't explain why Obito agreed to Madara to join him and why he did all of this. I know I was really pissed off that his intention was because Kakashi let Rin die, but maybe we'll get to learn more about it. Maybe Rin's death wasn't actually Obito's true motivation. I know that. I mean, if it is, then that's just stupid, but I'm actually looking forward to the flashbacks, and honestly, this is actually way better than the last 2 chapters, so I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10. I'm actually looking forward to a flashback, which I hope will continue in next week's chapter. Before we continue off with Obito fighting against Kakashi and Guy, and Madara facing off against Kobe and Naruto, I can't believe I'm saying, I've never been once looking forward to a flashback in a long time. The only time I've ever been looking forward to it was Minato and Kushina's flashback, and when Kurama attacked Konoha. That was actually the only flashback, aside from now, that I'm actually looking forward to. Nagato's backstory, I gotta admit I wasn't looking forward to it that much, but I accepted it anyway. Kabuto's flashback, I wasn't expecting it so soon, but and to be honest, there are actually some parts where I wish we didn't get to see in Kabuto's flashback, which I didn't really care much. But, it was done and over with. Kabuto got his backstory, and we're probably never going to see him again, because he's still trapped in Izanami. Now, hopefully, this might answer. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to next week's chapter and the flashback, and hopefully Kishimoto will answer some questions that we still have. Give us some answers. So, yeah, that's Naruto chapter 601. I'm looking forward to next week's chapter, for once. This is Lunar Spiral 27, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.